despite not being a driver himself, Tall Tim always likes to travel in style. Although I'm getting the feeling he's not exactly thrilled about today's choice of vehicle. Kind of like when you try and squeeze your foot into a shoe 3 sizes too small, I suppose. Measurements aside though, this isn't the only vehicle the tall one will be attempting to fit into, as the moment has arrived for another Can't Drive Won't.
Can't even get my arse out. Oh, thanks for that. Next time, just get a bigger car when I ask for a lift. Seriously, it's like a coffin on wheels. Your back, it's ringing. Oh, not one of these. Oh. Why can't they just hand them to me when they want me to do these things? Oh. Here we go again.
Here we go again indeed, Timothy.
Tim, so our next challenge is going to be operating our counterbalance forklift truck. We're going to be manoeuvring around specific courses and we're going to be picking up and depositing pallets.
Forklifts. Oh man.
The final part, we're going to be going round our chicane challenge that we're going to set for you.
Yeah, that looks really easy.
See you next week.
Whoop-de-doo.
So Tim, how do you feel about your next challenge?
Oh, you've turned up, have you? Well, yeah, apparently I'm supposed to learn how to do a forklift. I've just had my arse wedged into a coffin on wheels, so a forklift. How hard can it be? Probably really hard. I'm gonna have a few days off because you didn't say when I'm supposed to do it, and then probably I'm gonna go really hardcore with my research this time. Sit in the office and do some YouTubing.
Since the creation of the wheel in 3500 BC, man has been obsessed with all moving vehicles. In 1807, Francois Isaac de Rivaz designed the first ever car powered by an internal combustion engine. From this moment on, transportation would never be the same again. Man would develop an affinity and uncontrollable passion for all types of motor vehicles. But as this petrol-head fever spread throughout the lands, one man stood out from all the rest.
Stop calling me a car driver, won't?
Can't Drive Won't.
So this week, Tim will be attempting to drive a forklift, which I'm sure will be slightly more intense than his research.
Research. Here we go. Outstanding facts about forklifts you never knew. Forklifts aren't just for warehouses. That sounds like dogs aren't just for Christmas. Forklifts aren't just for warehouses, they're for everyone. All I know is it's all levers and stuff, so forklifts don't cause as many accidents as you might think. Yeah, well, wait till they get me behind one. Forklift stunts. Oh, he's spinning it, nice. Oh, you can donut forklifts? Cool. Oh, I'm not liking looking at the stunts. Need something to practice or something. Forklift computer training or something like that. Free online game. It's a game, superb, that'll get me going. Forklift simulator. Download some of that action, slap it on the screen, away we go. To my forklift simulator, let's get this action on the go. Right, I'm going to play this, everyone. I know none of you ever speak in this kind of thing because you're all a bit weird, but I just need to do this. This is research. I'm not just playing games. Thanks for your consistency. I'm not speaking to me. Right, okay, what we got?
Actually, the concept of pre-training utilising a simulator is quite an intelligent thing to do. But generally, we all know Tall Tim is basically just arsing about on a computer game.
Hey, it's a game. I don't need to do it decently. You wait till I get on it. There you go. Move the box. Move it over to there. Hello. Is there what? Is it there? Siri, can you put my game back on? Put my game back on. I'm learning how to do a forklift. Hurry up. It's for a telly show. Can you do it now? Hurry up, Siri. Thanks. Not the Fratellis, a telly show. Oh, come on, Siri, you idiot. Not Pokemon, Siri. Put my game with the forklift back on, you idiot. You still not put my game on? Who, me? Who, you? Yeah, you silly woman. It's called Forklift Simulator. I'm sure it's a great game to play when you get used to it, but it didn't really simulate what it's like to have a forklift because no one told me you're supposed to pick up the green box. The other boxes that I was trying to pick up, the brown boxes, they were virtual boxes that didn't exist and you couldn't pick them up. So literally it was a warehouse with one box in it that you have to move that no one told me to the end when I ran out of time. That's a simulation of a factory which isn't earning anything. So I don't know. It was the first game I've ever played that I didn't enjoy, but I'm sure it'll be fine with, you know, it's going to be completely different, isn't it? I'm not simulating, I'm actually doing.
You're looking forward to actually getting on a forklift?
Yes, I really am looking forward to going on a forklift. It's been a dream of mine to lift stuff with a fork lifter.
At a secret location somewhere in England. Alright, that's kind of given the game away. This is the venue for Tall Timothy's Forklift Driving Challenge.
Oh. Nice one, Raymondo. Oh. It's a bit noisy, that car. Right then. Let's get my forklift on. Man with a high vis and a lanyard, you've got to be the instructor.
Hi Tim, Paul Moon, MD 2-Start, pleased to meet you.
MD, manager, so you're Mr. 2-Star?
Oh, I am, yes. I'm the guy who's got it all started.
Is that what people call you, Mr. 2-Star?
Chief, normally.
Oh, Chief. Okay, Chief. So I've got to be honest, as with all these things, I've never been on, or I don't think I've even touched a forklift. So in terms of training, how do you think I'll go?
You're with the experts today, Tim.
Okay.
We're going to teach you everything you need to know, from picking up and depositing a pallet to manoeuvring the forklift around the chicane.
And normally with these kind of things, say you take your most basic person ever, right? Yeah. How long does it take you to get them up to a rough standard that you're confident of they're all right?
5 days. 5 days is a novice course. Somebody that's never driven before or anything like that, and it takes 5 days to get up to this standard.
Okay, we've got about 5 hours. Let's do this.
Let's do it. Let me show you in.
Okay, thank you very much.
Right, let me show you into the warehouse, Tim.
The main
Come on in.
forklifting area.
Let me give you one of these.
Oh, okay.
Every time we come into the warehouse, we need to have our high visibility
That's
vest
for
on.
safety and fashion, yeah?
boots.
Well, check that out, as far as fashion is concerned.
Brilliant t-shirt.
Let me just hook that up there. Right.
Let's see if we can turn you into a forklift by the end of today.
Okay, Mr. Instructor.
Actually, I'm not actually an instructor.
Whoa, if you're not an instructor, you shouldn't be doing this, because seriously, as far as teaching people, I'm like a baby, so...
I'm one up from an instructor. I'm actually what you call a tutor. So I actually train instructors to become instructors as well.
Oh, okay.
So you're going to be in safe hands today.
So although you are a tutor, you're the king of instructors?
It's something like that, yeah.
Are you like the best one here? Have I got the best?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Don't tell them that.
Yeah. Need to do a bit of theory first if you want to come upstairs with me.
Oh no, is it like school?
The first thing we need to do is obviously go through a little bit of theory with regards to operating a forklift truck.
Okay.
Obviously it's imperative that we understand the theory aspects of operating one of these machines before we actually practically go down and do that. What we're going to cover is the Health and Safety at Work Act 1974, which I'm sure you're familiar with, come across before, Tim?
I was around then, ish, just about.
Excellent, good. Okay, we're going to talk about sections 2, section 7 and section 8, okay?
Obviously, safety briefings are an extremely important part of training. But let's be fair, they're about as exciting as watching your pants get clean on a slow wash cycle. So just take it we're doing you a favour here.
Forklift that we got downstairs. So Tim, in the event of a forklift tipping over sideways, there's certain specific action that we need to take.
Can they can tip over then?
Oh yeah, as we were talking about previously, there was stability.
Looks like the main man is alert and full of forklifting knowledge.
Are able to tip if operated unsafely. Well done, Tim. That's the theory, all done and dusted now.
Have we done it? Oh.
Let's go and actually do it for real. Let's go and get on the machine.
Are we not having a break first?
Well, you've earned a tea bag so far, so let's actually get out there and get onto the machine, shall we?
This is like I'm not a celebrity. Don't get me out of here. Just constantly make me work.
With the basic training about to begin, wonder how Paul feels about his brand new student.
He's listening to what he's been told, although he puts a funny spin onto different things. He's actually taking the information on. I can tell that by the questions that I'm asking him. And he's giving me a funny answer, but deep down I can tell that he actually understands the safety aspects of operating these machines.
You know, they said it's a 5-day training course. I think it takes 4 days just for all the safety procedures and stuff, because it's quite important. I might have fell asleep during some of it, but yeah, it's all right. Just waiting on a cup of tea. What's annoying is I haven't got any change, and you sit me outside a flipping machine, and I've asked everyone, no one's got any money. I'm starving.
Okay, Tim, let's go over to our forklift. This is our counterbalance forklift truck.
Right.
What we're going to do now is we're just going to walk around the forklift and go through the major component parts of the forklift truck. Okay?
Yeah.
We're going to start here. Okay, these are our front wheels.
Wheels.
Okay. There's solid rubber tyres, okay, so you don't need to worry too much about punches or anything like that. Coming up from our front wheel, we've got this guard here, okay, this is called the overhead guard. Okay?
Because it's over your head?
That's right.
Then oh yeah, so if it rolls?
Yes, that's the bit that will catch you if you try to get out, which obviously we're not going to do.
Do I not need a helmet?
No. No, that's what the overhead guard there is for. Okay. You've got this big wrought iron part at the back. This is called our counterweight.
Right.
Okay, this is where the weight is at the back of the machine. So the weight at the back here is counteracting the weight.
Whatever the load is on the front.
On the front.
Okay.
Okay. You notice at the back we've only got 2 wheels, but they're fairly close together. So this would be classed as a 3-wheeled counterbalance.
It's like a reverse Robin Reliant then in terms of wheels.
It is, yeah, very much so. This is a 3-piece mast. Okay, and our carriage plate, which is this part here, leading onto our forks. The main points of the forks we need to be aware of is this part here, okay, is referred to as the heel of the forks.
It sounded like a character from Game of Thrones. What's that called again?
The heel of the forks.
I am the heel of the fork. Okay, so that has to be back, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you've got an even better one than that. You've also got castellations.
Castellations?
Yeah, castellations.
The heel of the fork will move forward to castellations. Yeah, liking it.
Good, that's it, 3 points of contact.
Okay.
Excellent. So, here's our handbrake.
Yep.
Okay. Our directional control leader, forwards,
neutral, reverse,
and reverse. What was that called?
The steering assist. Steering assister.
Yeah, steering assister.
It's not a brother, it's a sister.
That's right.
Okay.
And we've got our hydraulic controls. Okay, the one nearest to you is going to raise the mast up and down.
And the second one is tilt, and the third one we're not worrying about.
That's right.
So he now knows all the bits, but can he actually work them?
To negotiate the forklift round a configure of 8, okay, round the barrels.
So I'm going around the large tins of lubricant.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So once we've got our full lock on, taking half our lock off, we're going to keep our pivot point no further than 6 inches away from that barrel.
Full lock on, full lock off, half lock off, pivot point 6 inches. It's a lot of words.
Here we go.
And following a lot of words from the tall one, he now gets to move the forklift for the first time, learning how to do extremely tight turns on what he's calling the lubricant slalom course.
How do I know what's half?
Half the steering wheel. That's it. Now manoeuvre the machine around. That's it. So take some of that lock off. That's it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
See us now, it's keep nice and close, no further than 6 inches. So take some of that lock off, we've got too much on at the moment. Off.
Not exactly the speed and intensity of Formula 1, but it was never going to be a fast one, this, especially with Tim at the wheel. Considering he has no idea what a pivot point or lock on and lock off means, it looks like he's doing okay, but apparently the tutor has a different take on matters.
We're struggling a little bit, to be honest, with the steering. It's very difficult with the steering wheels being underneath the machine because you can't see the angle that there are. So it's having that sort of natural feeling of the steering wheel and being able to know where the actual machine is going to travel with those wheels. I must say that's the biggest 6 inches I've ever seen.
Cheers.
Innuendos aside then, will the tall one be able to lift a pallet with his forks? Because essentially that's what forklift drivers do.
Tim, how you finding it?
Well, I'm trying to learn it, and then you're asking me stupid questions and whatever. I mean, I'm trying to concentrate. I've got lubricant barrels here, left and right and centre. I've got Paul shouting at me, full lock on, full lock off, mind your pivot point, whatever. My head is about to explode. My arm's killing. I'm locking on too much. I'm locking off too much. But apart from that, I'm really having a good time.
Okay then, Tim. Next stage then, now we've done the barrels, is we're going to be picking up and deposit a pallet. Okay?
Picking and depositing.
Yes.
Okay.
So we're going to be driving forwards.
Right.
Stop no further than 6 inches away from the pallet.
It's always 6 inches for you, isn't
It
it?
is.
Okay, yeah.
Obsessed with 6
Yeah.
inches. So, raise the forks up, first lever, back down.
Down.
That's it. That's it, good. Keep coming back, keep coming, keep going. That'll do us. Okay, and lower the forks down. That's it. Just off the floor, tip slightly higher than the heels of the forks. Right, so we're now going to drive towards the pallet.
Right.
Okay, and with our 6 inches, stop no further away so we can line up.
Kind of like the factory is on a go-slow, but I suppose he's still training after all.
Coming forwards and stop there.
With all the various things he has to concentrate on, for once, Tim appears to be keeping his gob shut. Full marks to Paul, his tutor, for that achievement.
Going forwards till we get that kiss, the heel of the forks onto the load. That's it, stop.
I'm finding this one of the toughest that I've found. My brain is mush, my legs are mush. In fact, on the scale of that to that, I'm probably back there around the back. And I feel like that sign on the back of the truck, it says this vehicle stops frequently. I need to stop because I've got a challenge now, which is, it keeps going on about chicanes. This isn't Formula One, it's Formula Fork.
This is the final challenge.
The final stage, the final challenge, okay.
Final challenge to test yourself, okay?
Right,
So, with our forklift truck,
yeah.
okay, we're going to drive forwards, pick up the load at what we call our vertical face.
That's quite a big load as well, those big tyres, all right.
It is,
Right,
okay? And then we're going to reverse back,
yeah.
and then we're going to safely negotiate the chicane to the exit. As simple as that.
I'm glad it's not. I'm glad it's a set-up chicane with pallets because I can see all of these getting knocked over. This is what we call in Wolverhampton duck's arse, as tight as.
So, will tall Tim be able to manoeuvre his big load through the duck's derriere chicane? Oh, I appear to be doing the innuendos now.
Bit more.
Yeah.
That's it. Keep going. Good. Other way.
No, it's not one.
No.
No, it's that. I thought it was that one.
Bring yourself round. Watching the rear end swing. Excellent. Start taking that lock off now. Start heading towards this corner for this pivot point. So the rear end of the machine needs to be really close to that corner now.
If I touch it anymore, we'll be married.
As this challenge is more about precision than speed, you can probably forgive Timothy for his snail-style forklift driving. Usually, this chicane challenge is taken on the 5th day of training, rather than the 5th hour.
We're called 2-day forklifters. We get the job done, but it takes 2 days for me to get around the chicane.
I would like to be your governor unloading the lorry
yeah. I do well for overtime.
Good, and stop there.
Yay!
Right, let's do that in reverse.
Oh, let's not.
Oh yes, let's!
Oh no, I can see what you're doing. That's good.
Right,
Right.
you know you wanted a cup of tea?
Yeah.
Okay, you've got all the other ingredients apart from the milk.
Oh, is that your milk?
This
mug?
is your milk.
Yeah, that looks well stable. What you're saying is if that drops off or I smash this or something, no tea?
No tea, and we don't want to cry over spilt milk, do we?
No. All right, let me do the joke. Oh, it's wobbling already.
Kudos to Paul for not making an innuendo about jugs there. So, he managed to conquer the tight space going forward, but how is our backwards driver going to cope going backwards?
Oh, God, I've never been so stressed.
That's it, start bringing around. Watch your 3 critical points. That's going to be turning into cream in a minute if you keep wobbling it like that.
Oh, it's taken me that long. It's turned into margarine.
Start getting closer to the other side, line up your pivot point, get the rear of the machine close to that corner. Well done, that's really, really good, Tim. I'm impressed.
See that looks too tight. I can't deal with compliments when I'm doing this.
That's it, you're doing well. Watch the milk, it's wobbling.
Screw the milk, I just want to actually...
The last time I was...
No, that's going to hit.
That's it.
Suppose it's a bit like that game where you have to guide the metal ring over the metal wire course without touching the sides.
That's excellent.
Although, unfortunately, he doesn't get an electric shock if he fails.
Ooh, what's that wobbling jug?
Easily does it. Reminds me when I was on the bus, if you brake too hard, the passengers go mental.
That's it, and stop there. Deposit our load then.
Right,
Tilt first.
tilt first, which is forward. This is where it's going to go.
With only the load to deposit, it appears our non-driving guinea pig may have respectably nailed another challenge.
The forks are too low there. Okay. Here, then touch the floor, so just raise your forks. Keep looking behind you, that's it, and stop there.
Finally, he can breathe again.
Oh, you're confusing me, but I've done it! Yay!
Well done. He's picked up things really quickly. It's a very tight chicane and tight manoeuvring, and to get the jug through, which it was fairly unbalanced on there. He did a really, really good job.
All along you've been saying, oh, you get your tea, then you did that with a jug and whatever. Where's my biscuits?
In my office.
All right then, well, where's your office?
In our Portsmouth branch.
Portsmouth?
I'm a bit proud of that, because that's one of the, you know, I've done some things, and that's probably one of the most, in my head, difficult things, because it takes 5 days to do that. Granted, I've had Paul show me the ropes all the way through, and he's been great, but, you know, he could have got the biscuits in quicker, that's all I'm saying. He's used and abused me in terms of getting me to do things, but it's really difficult, but, you know, I'll never be a full-on forklift driver, but another one ticked. Forklift drive, I'm about there now on the scale, whereas before I was there. You know, I'm not there yet, but at least I've moved one, so I'm happy.